And welcome back to Flexible Games, where we are playing FortressCraft Evolved, working on the Toxic Factory here, and we've kind of maxed out our... Come on, progression, leave me alone. Okay, so imbued blocks, I'm going to grab a few of these. It's time to craft the C5. So I actually need like 35 clicks on this, so I'm gonna hit the 25, and then I'll just have 10 more, which I already crafted the 315 ore extractors that this requires. It's an insane amount of ore extractors, by the way. Okay, so we've got the 175 required climate control center blocks. And I've been working in the cold caves a little bit on our setup in there. And I think this just maxed out. Let's take a peek. Yeah, this just maxed out. Which is good because we were hurting for resources up top, and that's not good. I actually want to grab... See, there's a whole bunch of Mark III inductions. I want to turn this off. And I'm going to grab 10, 20, 30, 40 of these. So we can take them up north. Okay, let's head to the cold caves and get a general idea of what's waiting up there. Like I said, I've done quite a bit of work in the cold caves, trying to map out just where we want everything, and if we have enough room, and if we're going to run into any problems with the magma bore, because, you know, the big thing with the magma bore is it's a huge drill, and it goes straight down. So you don't want to build it over the top of anything important. That would be not ideal. So I've got this area over here ready to go, and I've just been excavating this area over here, and right here, this is where the climate control center I have tentatively placed. And I've got it centered in the center of one of these squares. So it's not centered in the middle like I did last time. I think that was a mistake, centering in the middle, because the spawner appears right in the middle. Well, I've got my two spots for my lasers on the outside, and that kind of upsets the balance of the force a little bit. Okay, so these are done. It's kind of what I was waiting for, is having these finish. Okay, so I'm going to shed some light up here for my wall. I put one down there, but then I realized I'm going to need more space. Most definitely going to need more space. So here we go. Because that magma bore, I mean, that's a 33 by 33 building. It's a huge, huge building. So I want plenty of space. So these carve out a space that is it's 27 by 27. So the area that one of these clears is just shy of what we actually need. So look at that organic rock. I get so much organic rock during this process. It's kind of nice, actually. So I need to build this out. And I want to make sure we are well protected. Of course, there's a camel bot right there. Okay. So, how do we want to protect over here? See, I've got this right here ready to go. So what I'm thinking of doing, let's clear the rest of that out just so it's obvious. It goes right up Goes right up to the top. There we go. Gather up all the little parts. Okay, so this one, you want to make sure that you put a block in between. If you put one here and not one here, cryoplasm will slip in between and fall down over here. So it uses, you know, extra construction paste, but you really need that extra little bit on there. Okay, so this is ready to go, and we need, I don't want to really do the trick with super build, just because this doesn't need to go 64 blocks up. There we go. So now that is squared away, ready to go. And we've got this over here, so 1, 2, 3. Like so. And then 1, 2, 3. So there's the next one, right there. Because these are going to be cleared out like that. So it leaves a nice 3x3 trench. And then all of the cryoplasm sinks down in between, and you're good to go from there. So I want to come way over here and build these out just to mark how high to go. Right up to the end like that. 1, 2, 3. That's too high. So we're just gonna build the rest of this out and then dig out what we don't want. And obviously there's a whole lot of crystal sort of in the way there that we're gonna have to punch through, but we've got that crystal vein right over there. I uncovered that crystal. That's a 4.5 million crystal right there. So punching through this vein, I think this big block right here is a 1.5 million right there. So yeah, it's unfortunate, but we really can't take chances. Okay, so let's try to do this quickly. Do a few here, make sure we're squared away, and then oh, yeah, that's one problem of going too fast. Plus, you never know if you're squared away with the world at all, so it makes it kind of hard. All right. Now that those are going, we can finish this off. I'm going to build that one first. And we need a little light over here so we can see which blocks we're connecting to. And of course, we do have some missed. We do have some missed gaps, but those are easy enough to fill in after the fact. Like that, and that one. And then we have, wow, I did a pretty good job on this stretch here. And then one here, right about there. And one right there. One right there. Perfect. Okay, so that takes care of the protective wall. So I've got a thing there, ready to go. Got one there, ready to go. And I've got one on this side, This one's actually open to the world, which could be a mistake. Could be a problem, leaving it open like that. But we want to give a place for those to go. So with the C5 built, once the C5 is built, those hard rock grinders down deep that we have on the tier 4, those should kickstart and run, even with the C5 with no power, because you can build the C5, which will, you know, enable the hard rock grinders and get the arc smelters working. So you can start on the ores, but the more advanced Frozen Factory stuff needs a powered C5 in order to function. And when you power the C5, that is when you start getting cryo to spawn. Because as you can see, warning, cannot be dug up once construction. So once you place this thing, that's its final location. So I think this thing is, I want to say it's 32 high. Not 32. 7 high. 5 by 5 by 7. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, now the big question is, do we want to kickstart this or do we want to wait? I think we want to start it. So after I place this block, there is no going back. Boink. Okay, so offline, cryoplasm defense is offline, everything is offline, but I think that our tier 4 ores are starting to smelt. Or not smelt, but now that this thing is good to go, those hard rock grinders should kickstart. And I said should. There's no guarantee that they will, but they should. So let's go down and quickly see. Try to get over here. So we're entirely enclosed now in reinforced concrete wall. So, you know, when the cryoplasm does reach us, it will eventually poke through. It will eventually break through, but you know, it'll take a while. So I actually want to get down. Let's figure out where I'm at here. Kind of get my bearings, and then we can use the lifts. And yeah, I need to do some more. I do need some more cargo or personnel teleporters. And you know, I've completely forgotten about what this was for. I marked this. I wanted to make sure I remembered this, but to be honest, I have no idea what this is for. So yeah, that's a problem. So let's head down, make sure those hard rock grinders have started. You can see the power going in here. That tells me that, yeah, see, it's 1120 power per second. Just barely caught it. That tells me that they're actually running. So you can see that they're firing a lot of power, and that tells me that the hard rock grinders are indeed going. So let's go down to Molly first, since it's on the way. So there's the hard rock grinder. ready to go. And I mean, it consumes a lot of power. So these here, oh, that doesn't have a lens in it. Does that have that has a lens in it? There we go. So yeah, they consume a ton of power. So you're going to need lenses in order to get these to work. I'm not sure what the power per second is. Hard rock grinder. Yeah, I'm not seeing what it is. But once this thing is going, you do not want to exit your game prematurely. So just make sure that while your hard rock grinders are going, that you have some time to play the game. This one up here is a little worse for the wear because of the battery sharing that I have on that. But it's still got lots and lots of power, so I'm not too worried about it. And this one is 37% done. Nice. So both of these are running off of one upgraded Mark III laser at 1120 power per second. So if both of these are running and it's able to keep up, so that tells me we're at about half that. 500 power per second is probably good for these. And while with these running, you don't want to stand on top of them because it will hurt you. So I've got these hooked up to a turbine up in the toxic caves. That should be able to keep up because it's able to produce 1800 power per second. And we're only sending down what, 1100 power per second. So should be able to keep up. Once it spins up, of course it has to wind itself up. Okay, this is 40% done. Plus you can kind of look at this to see what the average is. Yeah, 500, 550 power per second. Somewhere in there. I think he balanced it so an upgraded laser could match two of these. And of course, we need even more digging for uranium. Oh, that's going to be a project and a half. Because we go through the magma caves, and there is a huge amount of magma that we've got to clear out of the area before we dig the lifts for that. Because I moved the lifts, or I moved the areas, so these mark the middle of the lift. So I'm going to need to reorganize my titanium here to go around. Actually, now that I think about it, I think the best thing to do would be under this floor, because I was going to bring them all the way up and process the uranium on the top here. That's what I was going to do. I was going to bring it all the way up to the top, and then I have all of my centrifuges up here. Just like two really long lines of centrifuges. And that, that might be a way to go, but it would cover up my toxic factory sign with a little bit of there would be rack rails going up to the top up here. So I'm not sure. Let me know what you guys think. And if anybody remembers what this over here was for, let me know, because I've completely forgotten about what this was for. I mean, this goes all the way down. There's sand down there. But I have no idea what's down there. I should have put a sign. That's what I should have done. Should have put a sign, because, sometimes I forget what I was doing in between recording sessions. Every once in a while it happens. Okay, so I've got some copper plate. I just want to make sure these are all empty. Conductive PCBs. Get out of here. Okay, so once this beam stops pulsing so much, then I know both of those hard rock grinders are done down below. So that's kind of my telltale sign that we need to move on. Oh yeah, my research. I just researched something and it is done. So bulk cargo lifts is done. I need to get, let's see, improved minecart logistics. I'm gonna need to do part of, filtration and stuff. That's definitely on the agenda. But first we need, let's get some of these regular ones out of the way first. So improved minecarts and improved minecart logistics are both in need of processing. And I've been slowly building up the number of tubes I have. As I come up here, I grab the 200 that are in there. I could put a bigger hopper there, but I'm a little low on resources right now, just because this process over here was pretty demanding of resources. And now that I've got all these Mark III inductions, I think I'm going to head up and... ooh, I think we need to come over here. Keep forgetting I've got a teleporter over here. Okay, we need to go to the smelting floor. Not the cold caves. Darn it. Oh, that's one step. So let's go to the smelting floor. Because now I've got a bunch of these things I can put away. I have been upgrading some of them because we were out of some resources. Like copper was actually completely out, and we were loading it so slowly that I upgraded copper. And then once copper started flowing again, then nickel was in bad shape. So I upgraded copper and nickel, but those are the only two that I got upgraded before I ran out of material. There we go. So as you can see, nickel over here is done. I need to get tin going too. Plus I have the two smelters on tin that are missing. And I want to use the smelters that I've got over here. I have been pulling the tin out as I need it. Ooh, it looks like the tin is gone. Finally! Look at that! Used every ounce of tin that was left. Finally. So I'm going to take these two smelters. And we're going to put them over here on tin. Oh, it's so awesome. That thing is finally done. Okay, one over here. Then we want you. And you. And I think I am out, or nearly out, of huge storage hoppers. So I'm going to maybe build a couple of these. Yeah, I only have one left. Okay, so I want this one, add only. This one, add only. There we go. That helps. Helps the cause quite a bit. And why are you derping out? Was there a... I bet you there was a critter there that blocked that thing. I hate critters. Okay. Lithium, did I upgrade? I got iron, lithium. Oh, I did upgrade lithium. Gold, I think, is the next level, the next thing to upgrade over here. And the next 2 levels is kind of pointless, because the next 2, the Mark 4 and 5, the only difference is how fast they pull ore to smelt. And since we're only pulling 2, we don't need to upgrade those. Now, if you're on Greg mode, where it is really, really demanding of ore, I mean, Greg is like 100 ore per bar. I mean, it's crazy what it demands. So yeah, I can't believe we finished that off. Look at that. Let's go down here and see. Ow. So yeah, the vein was coming down here. This is that tunnel, the original tunnel I dug to, because I wanted to build them all on this floor, but then I did the test and it really would not have worked down here. The smelters would have been way too slow, so I had to build it up a little higher. Uh-oh. Okay, so I'm gonna close this off. There we go. Like it was never there. It's wonderful. Okay. All right. Well, making progress. And I think, I'm pretty sure that those hard rock grinders are done. So I need to go down and grab all of the ore that's down there. Make sure, ooh, I don't have very much inventory space at all. So let's drop titanium, can go in. Fluid magma, I can't stop collecting that for some reason. We've got some batteries, some low-level batteries. We got a little bit of garbage on us too. So let's run down to the toxic caves. And I can then put in the Mark IIs that I picked up down below, or okay, that's enough of that. And I can drop off the rest of these Mark IIIs. I don't need all these Mark IIIs on me. I always can come up here and grab more if I need them. There they are right here. And then I need the Mark IIs that I picked up. Where are they? There they are. 28 of them. So there are the Mark IIs. And I want to put... I'm going to put a hopper here. No. How am I going to do this? I'm going to put a hopper here. I'm going to lock that. I'm going to put this here. Can't put one here because it'll pull in ores. I don't want to do that. Okay, so there's all of the Mark IIs. This is locked, so it shouldn't get any new ones. And then this one, you know, it should upgrade these first. I don't really want to kick this off just yet because, wow, the amount of resources that consumes is crazy. I want to give my base a chance to refresh its resources. But that'll have to do it for this episode, and I thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.